the setting sun. Foul abominations gnaw at our mother's roots. Consume with endless hunger. But just as one season brings death, a new shall bring life. Come, my children, and deliver nature's fury!
Hello and welcome on in everyone to a brand new Total War Warhammer 3 campaign. I'm Space Wizard Total War, and today we're going to be playing as the Sisters of Twilight with a few mods added on in, actually quite a few. I'm going to have the whole list in the description, but the two that are going to be the main overhaul are going to be SFO Grimhammer, which is a huge change. Basically overhauls the entire game, keeps the base as a template, and changes everything else. So many so, in fact, that there's no way I'll be able to list them all off here, so I'll have all of the... Like I said, all of those mods in the description, so go in there and give the SFO Grimhammer team and Vinris all the love they deserve for creating this masterpiece. Not better than vanilla, but definitely meant to be a more true to lore version, and it is so much fun. So the other mod we're going to be playing on is for the Old World campaign map here, which is going to be a much more true to lore and focused in on, well, at this point it's the Old World it was originally, and they have grown since the team has grown it pretty considerably, the map that is. So we are going to be playing as the Sisters of Twilight. There are, like, I think 1,200, almost 1,300 new settlements added with the mod, and there are something like close to 500 factions. So, as a fair warning, your interns are going to be quite long. I'm going to be cutting all of those out here like I normally do, so you won't be seeing it. But the interns are like 5 minutes in the early game, so we'll see how long they get to in the later game. For our starting army here with the Sisters of Twilight, we have some Deepwood Scouts. Lovely skirmisher missiles. We have the Eternal Guard Pike variant, since they don't have a shield. Vinris likes to make it when your spearmen do not have shields, they actually have more attack, but less defense, so it's actually more of an offensive version of that spear squad. We have Hawk Riders, which have the Arrows of Kurnos for us here, which are going to turn them into AC-130s. And then we have the Great Forest Eagles, which we actually have 4 of them. And they are going to be giving us a bleed effect. So we'll have to see just how effective they are. And also, all these units are going to have a whole bunch more abilities than normal. So, such as on our Eagles, we'll have the Protectors of the Wood. This is going to be healing us, giving you more armor and resistance as long as the hit points on these Eagles remains higher than 50%, which is pretty awesome. We'll go through all the rest of these skills as we get to our first battle there. But for our faction effects, we have the Forge of Daith is going to craft and upgrade unique weapons, armor, and items offered by the Mastersmith, Lord Daith. We'll have the ability Volley of Kurnos for all of our Hawk Riders units, which is going to be magical missile attacks that when these guys first released, they still are capable of obliterating whole armies by themselves, but they were just absolute monsters. We'll have to see just how effective they are, and what Vinris has done to maybe dial it back to make it less oppressive, if he has. We also have the passive ability, God of the Smith's Blessing, for all of our characters faction-wise, all of our lords and heroes. We'll have the ability to drop bonus for infantry for all enemies by 5, as well as the bonus for infantry. That's in a 40-meter range, and it's pretty nice. Enabled if their leadership is higher than broken, and it affects everyone. So everyone that is going to be a little bit more elite shall lose that eliteness in the face of Daith's smithing. We have the unique unit, the Heralds of Talon, which we'll have to see what those are. For their effects specifically, the Sisters have 20% less upkeep on all of our missile units, more melee attack for all flying units, and more charge bonus for them as well. The Sisters of Twilight rejuvenate the world's magical forests and destroy all those who threaten them, starting with the isolated forest of Sighs in Norska. So we will be indeed starting in Norska. We actually have a way, if we want to get up in here into the circles of seduction with Slanesh, which could be quite fun. For their lore, we have Arahan and Nestra are Ariel's heralds of mysterious origin, who first appeared during the long years of the Mage Queen's self-imposed exile from the mortal realm. Amongst the Fae folk of Athalor, the Sisters of Twilight are notable for an otherworldliness of spirit and manner, and such qualities are evident whenever they take to the battlefield. Any weapons the Sisters touch become infused with a portion of their nature. Those wielded by Nestra become an anathema to creatures of anarchy and discord, while Arahan's tools of battle inflict great harm on beings with noble souls. They seldom fight from the center of the battle line, but are instead carried through the war-torn skies by one of their loyal steeds, Gwendolor, descendant of the King of the Eagles, and, I'm gonna butcher this one, Kithan Har, as hot-blooded as a dragon that has ever flown into battle. We will be playing as the Wood Elves, one of my absolute favorite factions. Let's dive on in. Well, actually, before I do, I always forget. Our settings will be playing on very hard, and with the AI stats modifier set to neutral, so all of the units retain all of their identity. I'm also going to be removing Ultimate Crisis, or just the crises in general. Yoink. Because all those are going to do is empower these sisters. So we want things to be kind of just a normal run through here. Onward to purge evil from the world.
The Twilight Sisters, ready for anything.
Especially murder. Alright, how they play the Heralds of Ariel. Win battles to receive special magical items given from the Forge of Daith that can be permanently upgraded or temporarily boosted for the Sisters' use in battle. We'll be pacifying regions bordering the world's magical forks through raising occupation and alliance to improve their health, eventually leading to the rituals of rebirth with lasting rewards. We'll be gaining control of the supremely powerful hero Ariel, following our first ritual of rebirth and wield her devastating powers. We'll be traversing through the deep roots sparingly to instantly travel between vast distances between magical forests, or use the world route stance to avoid obstacles over shorter distances. We'll also be using Amber, rewarded from the Rituals of Rebirth, to unlock powerful technologies and complete those Rituals of Rebirth at the Oak of Ages in Athaloran to enable campaign victory. We have quite a bit going on here. First mission issued engaging Clan Crooktail. Glorious. So up here is going to be the Forge of Daith. So as we win battles, we'll be gaining, what are these called? Daith's Favor. So we'll be getting Daith's Favor for us to be building up some items. I did a quick look here, and if you have your own specific setup you tend to run for the Sisters of Twilight, let me know. But I think we are going to be going for, which one was it? One of these gives more missile strength for our squad. So the Twilight Spear. The Dreaming Boots give us more campaign movement range and then growth for our province, so a very good one while we're moving around in our territory. One of these gives us access to some summon, which I think is the Dreaming Cloak. Drops upkeep too. Yes, that's right. So we want to go for the Dreaming Cloak, the Dreaming Boots, the Twilight Spear, and then probably the Eagle Mask here for research rate. An ambush success chance. On top of being an AC 130, flying around in the sky, the Sisters of Twilight will have all of the extra friends to bring. Alright, so we'll bring Diliana in here. Singer of Beasts, really. Guess they couldn't give us a life one right off the bat, that'd be way too strong. Our Blair Witch Troll Dolls. She is breezy. So devastating flanker for Great Forest Eagles, well that's perfect. And then miscast base chance minus 10%. With Ethereal Grace, the power of the ancient, or the Woodland Realms, spell singers wield ancient magic that inferior races cannot possibly comprehend. Look at this hair. Seems pretty good to me. I wish she was a life mage. What else do we have going on for her? The Wisson's Weld Farms are, of course, our first spell. Gifts of the Forest. Speed, damage, reload skill, and damage resistance. What else? Move with incredible speed that no other living entity can match. Quite right. Just has the Blessing of the Ancients, so spell mastery plus 20% and more power recharge. That is glorious. And of course, Strider, okay. Construction cost, one with the forest for more research rate. We got all sorts of good stuff coming on here with our spell singers. Glorious, welcome Diliana. Well then.
Nestra.
Man, I think we just throw ourselves into our first fight with Mutant. Here, where are we on the map? We are the very far north here, the Forest of Sighs. There are a heap of forests. We've got the Forest of Knives over here, held by Boris at the moment. Or Lithanel held by Lorelorn. So many. Bear's Teeth held by what looks like some greenskins. It looks like greenskins. Griffinwood held by the Angry Tree Woman. More greenskins in the Vale of Webs. How many forests are there, man? There's Haunted Grove all the way over here with Gorst still. Dolgunir forests. Income from raising. So we need to take a look around and figure out which forests are going to be the most important for us to go after. Grove of Thorns has this. This is one of the Wood Elf minor factions. Hanging out down here in the palm trees. Their dryads are a little bit different looking. Surreal wood too. We also begin with the Oak of Ages under our control here, and Athel Loren looks glorious. We'll zoom on in. There will likely be a few frame drops for this campaign just because of how gigantic the map is. As we uncover more of it and there's more effects going off at the same time, we'll have more and more slowdowns, just so you're aware. But look at Athel Loren. We got the waystones lining the entire thing. Oh, it's incredible. And there's actually landmarks just about everywhere in here. I have a couple of landmark mods active at the moment. One of them is legendary landmarks, and the other one is, I'm pretty positive, landmarks of Eternity. They're all going to be in the list below, so you'll be able to see everything that we do have active. There are a heap of them down here. We begin with the Oak of Ages, which begins dormant, of course. We'll be in charge of building this up to its highest form over time. And as we do so, recovery. They'll just be healing. It's the far superior version of regeneration because you're not weak to fire. We already have weak to fire, so we can't amplify that anyway. The Oak of Ages also could just be upgraded through gold. We need 18,000 for the first year, so that's going to be quite some time. We'll get there. For now, we need to get to clearing the Forest of Sighs, and as we do so, we'll be getting more research rate and diplomatic relations with the Warriors of Chaos, really. Now they're going to find that their diplomatic relations with our arrows are quite high.
Remain calm.
Onward to slaughter.
To battle, sister.
Alright, Mutant of Clan Crooktail has 2 Menace Blow summons, a bunch of Clan Rats, and some Night Runners. Most dangerous thing here easily being the Night Runners. Are you a Ruin Mage? No. Just a measly Wake Plague Mage. Onward to Butchery. Alright, I'll quick jump. I tried to jump up and go grab some coffee in while it was loading, and actually this loaded way faster than I expected, so here we are. Let's start deployment. They're on a choke point battle? Well, here's what we'll be doing. I'm going to hide these 2 spearmen in the woods, so that way they're not getting messed up by those Menace Below summons, and as soon as they're out, they're going to go ahead and charge in. We'll have the Deepwood Scouts also hiding in these woods. We'll let our Eagles and our Hawk Riders do a majority of the work here for the beginning of this battle. We got those arrows of Kurnos after all.
Cavalry!
Sisters up front here too.
Deepwood Mage.
Having the Spell Singer up and exposed would probably convince them to go for the Menace Below summons on her. We can just run away. Or drop the Hawks on them. So let's put her in the water here, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at all our units. Unfortunately, Beast Mage, you're going to have to go for a bit of a swim. Surely you weren't expecting that. Alright, here's the Sisters. Man, I can't believe it's taken us so long to play as my favorite faction. After we played Orion, after Orion won the vote, I figured we needed to take a little bit of time, because people not everyone likes the Wood Elves, because their playstyle tends to be quite kitey. Just run away from people and fill them full of arrows, which we're probably going to do a little bit of, but I'll try to play the Sisters quite thematic. So we're going to build up like I tend to do, build up quite thematic armies. Over here with our Great Eagles. So the Sisters here we're not going to just do Doom stacks of nothing but Hawk Riders here for this faction. We'll have Hawk Riders in most of our armies. Could be foolish not to. But they'll all be themed up. A Spell Singer. The head murderess of the Keeblers. And then we'll go over here and hang out with our Eternal Guard, who look incredible. And actually have some really, really good combat stats here in SFO. They do as well over in normal. They have extremely high defense, but they just seem to melt away quite quickly. We'll see if they do the same thing here. Hide the pikemen in the woods, and then all the way over here we've got our Deepwood Scouts. Excuse me. Now a Deepwood
Their
Scouts.
bodies will be mulch for the dryads.
Ult for the Dryads. Ooh, we need some of these cloaks. They look incredible. Maybe less of the branches on them, but I'll just take the normal white and black cloak here that the lads have. They actually have a few different skills to look at too. So our Deepwood Scouts surprise the deadliest of weapons. They've got Gifts of the Forest, so they'll have that extra speed and damage resistance as long as they have more than half of their health. They have close aim, so if enemies are within 70 meters, they will actually have higher reload skill and more armor-piercing damage. They've got Vanguard deployment, Strider, Firewall moving, Stalk, and good old Ward Save, of course. So they'll have 5% Ward Save base and then 10% on top of that, as long as there's a 15% total. We're pretty tanky. The Eternal Guard have that 10% Gifts of the Forest as well. Charged defense versus large disciplines, so they don't have any leadership penalties. If the Lord dies, they can rally after routing more often. Fantastic. They also have Strider and some Ward Save. Cool. Yeah, 40 and 45 on these attack stats are really great. Hawk Riders, you have anything special going on? Volley of Kurnos, of course, gets to the forest. Nope, nothing real too cool. Well, they actually have two different arrow types: the armor-piercing shot and multi-arrow shot. Now their enemies are doomed. Then the Hawks have devastating flanker now, and the Protectors of the Wood. Well then, let's not keep them waiting. Ooh, let's see, before we do. Here are the good old graphic settings we're rolling with. Halls, if you'd like to see them a little bit more, we're going to jump right back on in. Alright, get everyone in their units. Main characters, infantry. I don't know if I want my Hawk Riders in guard mode, but everyone else can be. Let it begin. Okay, so let's see how the Arrows of Kurnos do. Volley of Kurnos here on these clan rats. They spawned that unit where? Oh, back with them, okay. Where did that happen? Sisters, you go ahead and snipe this Grey Seer. Hawk Riders, you advance. We'll keep an eye out for any more exclamation points. I mean, those took out a good quarter of the clan rat's health there.
Sisters of Twilight!
Multi-arrow go on the Night Runners would be awesome.
Sisters of Twilight!
We're gonna dodge a little bit of their fire there with the Sisters. That ward save is gonna be incredibly effective.
Me, sister!
Alright, since they're not focus firing, we'll switch them over into the AC-130 shot and just proceed to feast.
Sent by Orion!
Oh, now you want to shoot
With
the
pleasure.
right target. They're being a bit cagey with their summons of minutes below. I'm quite surprised. I mean, honestly, at this point, we could probably just drop the Sisters on top of this poor guy and finish him like this.
I approve.
Keep the Hawks moving overhead, that way they're not getting shot at as effectively by those Night Runners. Of course, they can shoot the entire time.
Sisters of
Just
Twilight!
grief the damage. Get him, Gwendolor. I'm pretty sure the black-haired one is Nastra, and Arahan is the blonde. Pretty sure. Let's get the Deepwood Scouts moving. Now's when they'll go ahead and start using their summons, at least I would. That poor Grey Seer is butchered. Let's just move on to the next group. Switch it over to Talon of Dusk.
Destined. Taste my bow!
Taste my bow. Alright, Spearman, you go ahead and advance out of the woods. We'll keep the Eagles nearby. Deepwood Scout just gotta fall back and keep firing as you do so. I'm gonna keep it on the multi-shot. Let's see how much damage the armor-piercing one does, though. Fire on those Night Runners, you go ahead and pull through. Back behind the lads there.
Orders understood.
The sheer number of the Skaven.
Season
Get up in the air once more. You run down these clan rats. Charge. Beast Mage, you go ahead and charge them too. Give the extra damage there. Sisters, let's move up and help scare them off. Other Eagle or other Hawks, go ahead and get back up in the sky. Let the Deepwood Scouts spread their number there. Let's blast the Arrow of Kurnos in here. it is, there it is. Push through that unit, keep on moving. Let's get these guys in guard mode, though. They don't continue to advance. Alright, let's go run down the Night Runners in the back line. Eagles, that's your job. Get some slow motion battle shots here. Sisters and their Hawk Riders rip through the Skaven. The Eagles descend just in time. Spear lads have taken some damage, but they're getting in there. We're giving them the good pokes. Bit of life magic used for death. And there's the victory. Glorious. Well, we will set the Wood Elves to running down as many of these rats as possible. Those they can't catch, turn them into pincushions, and I'll catch you in a moment.
Nature calls us.
Alright, I'll claim a victory, and I believe there are some jets flying overhead, so you might be able to hear that in the background. If not, great. You gained a Ranger's Axe, some more weapon strength and missile strength. That is so perfect for the sisters. Balance both the swing and the throw with equal bite. Crooktail stood in no chance. Actually, a few of them do remain, but we butchered them across the board here. Golden Sword going to the sisters themselves, quickly followed by the Eagles and the Hawk Riders. We will go ahead, and I don't think we need to abduct them. Astra's Grace gives us more resistances or more missile strength. Take no prisoners. Alright, Arahan, we'll let you have... that's a lot of treasury. Allow these warriors to return to their realms for a price. We will be more tanky for the next battle. Warriors, we gain a little bit of skills, some treasury there. Not enough to actually gain a point, which is unfortunate. And we can't reach Crooktail Peak. But here in the Forge of Daith, are you able to just build it at the second tier, or do you have to start at the first one? Upgrade this gift. Looks like you have to start. So let's go ahead and grab the Dreaming Boots. Extra movement range for armies, more growth for local province, and then evasion chance, which is in the world roots, and more speed, too. So we'll grab these boots, we can move a bit further.
It is
Wrap these boots up, Dave.
Perfect. What about me?
You get to wear one of the boot, and she gets to wear the other. That's how this works. You each get one. Dreaming Boots it is. Movement range for all armies, 10%. That's incredible. Still can't quite reach Crooktail Peak, so we'll go ahead and drop into the encamp stance, because I'm not really feeling like taking any attrition here. We can also just raid. We don't know the Skaven are here, so it's not going to give us any... not going to give us any gold, but we will gain some experience. So let's do that. We'll raid our way through.
Fine, I'll go.
Fine, I'll go. Here are the fours of size. We have the Copes, which is our normal provincial capital. From tiny acorns, great oaks may grow. Fair enough. We also got the Glade Guard Hide. Do not lightly rouse the Forest Lords, for when they finally decide to unleash their wrath, all the wood rages with them. More experience for all units gained faction-wide. Glade Guard Garrison and some Hagbane tips. Starfire Shafts. Okay, well, we need to go ahead and select some technology. Very simple and pretty nice technology tree here for the Wood Elves. Let's go ahead and grab Morai Hag the Crone. Also known as the Crone, Morai Hag is the only god in the Elven Pantheon who is neither a Cat-Eye or a Sith-Eye. So less upkeep for all of our armies faction-wide in our own territory, and then more line of sight for all of our characters too. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and recruit up a new Lord right away. Since they can't do any recruiting, I'd love to do some. We also could fill in a few of our offices right off the bat here. So this one would give us Ward Save. The Dark Weaver would give us extra Winds of Magic. Nothing faction-wide. Elven Steeds. I don't think this is faction-wide either. Okay, so the only ones that are faction-wide bonuses are the High Weaver and the Dark Weaver. And probably the Queen's Champion, too. Came in movement range and income from raising. Okay. So what we're going to do, we already have our bow. We need ourselves a Spellcaster of Life. So I think we're going to grab one of our Ancient Treemen. Blossom Fall Cascader. Extra control. Cooldown reduction. Moss Heart Protector. This draw, or Moss Heart Peacemaker. Replenishment, regeneration, drops enemy spell resistance, and then gives us the Resplendent of Luminescence too. Let's go. Ooh, that's very strong. Spear Leech on one target also zaps their vigor. Let's grab Otheody. Otheody, you are going to be renamed at once to Kevin the Branch Warden. We're going to call you the Branch Warden's too. That's too small. The Grove Warden. Welcome, Kevin. Your new life as a tree man. We have a little bit of gold to spend. Let's take a quick look at our buildings first, though, before we grab more troops. I'd like to grab a growth option. Trapper's Den is going to cost one of our population points, which is unfortunate. 5 growth in all provinces as opposed to 10 growth here. Let's go with the Trapper's Den. And then also the Forest Lookouts. More control. More movement range for our own armies when they start this province. It'll allow us to actually defend the forest sections a lot easier. And it'll also give us a few more garrison troops too. Sweet. Alright, that gives us very little to do any recruitment with. Let's go ahead and grab some Starfire Shafts and call it there. Boreas, can we do any dealing? Orgavon would love a non-aggression pact. Oh, there's Lord Dave himself.
What could you possibly want?
Excuse me. The single coin. Have our acceptance. Coin of friendship. Now we go for Talzin as well. Just get the non-aggression packs going. Everyone gives us the coin of friendship. I'm happy for it.
Deepwood protects its sons and daughters. Tread
Carefully, he says. I'll try my best. No one wants to trade at the moment, but as soon as we start getting some trade goods out, we should have no trouble there. 700 is enough for no more units, sadly, but we shall soon change that. After conquering Crooktail Peak, we'll move up here after. Just gonna pop the rest of these here. First turn. Alright, and here's the SFO mod menu. This pops on into the first, after your first turn every single time. So we can go ahead and choose to change up a whole heap of how the campaign is going to progress for both ourselves and our enemies. I'm not going to do any of that. We can go here for the time of control for more control, growth, movement range, or insight. Go ahead and grab the time of maneuvers. We can move a bit further. You don't just choose to go for the time of balance to do nothing, so it's whichever you choose to go for. Should allow the Grove Warden. You can't even make it in March. These settlements are far apart.
Nistra Arahan. Yes, agreed.
Well, luckily Nistra and Arahan took almost no damage from that initial
Onward,
conflict. So
together.
charge on here towards the Crooktail Peak.
Harmony
Right, sweet.
shall reign.
Now, I didn't mention, I do have we do have several custom faction
be a
mods on at the moment, so I do
glorious
have the
battle.
Tribes of the North, so this is going to be the Ice Fang tribe. One of the legendary lords there we'll have to be dealing with. I also have Albion on, I have Marienburg, and there's one more. The Southern Realms, so Talea, Astalia, and the Border Princess will all be in on this campaign as well.
Attack? Absolutely.
Attack? Absolutely. Can you reach to reinforce? Oh, you so can, and so we shall. Let's take some attrition. We just drop those units off with the sisters, though? Bring yourself, Kevin. Not quite. Can we make you the champion? Oh, we can't. Grove Warden's he's not allowed to be the champion. He can be the Beastbinder or the Glamour Weaver. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make you the Tree Singer. Kevin, Singer of Trees. And what that does is, whenever we do get some Dryads in the army, they'll all have regeneration for all of your treekin. And then we've got a little bit of less magic cost for Awakening of the Wood, which is a kind of meh ability, but it looks like Venrus has changed it, so it not only drops speed, but it also drops melee attack, which makes it a little bit better. Hard to fight when you are... Never mind.
The forest space.
Troy. I'll be doing lots of quick saving here in this campaign just to make sure we don't lose any progress. It's Nurgalost, he's got some lightning with him. Not going to be an easy fight just because of this. They've got 3 Plague Claw catapults. We will want to keep our archers out of the line of fire until we've neutralized their Warlock Engineer and the artillery, and then we move them on in. Let's do it. Alright, so we begin our deployment. They're hiding back in the back corner. It will not save you, fools. They do still have those minutes below summons, though, so we'll want to be a wee bit careful. We'll hide the spearmen in the trees back here. I'm going to keep the beast... Well, actually, having her with the archer. Pretty great. Worked out wonderfully last time. They all clump up around her and then get completely flattened. Let's go Hawks over here on this side. We do have to keep in mind that Warlock Engineer has the ability to stop them in place. It is not to be underestimated. Sisters here, we'll have them in Talon of Dusk for shooting multiple targets. One drops armor, the other one drops speed and their damage. Fair enough. Main characters, missiles, and flyers. The Eternal Guard on guard mode, and everyone else doing their own thing. Eagles, come back over here. And let's brush us some more Skaven. Let's switch you guys into the armor-piercing shot. They're really using their menace below summons next to themselves. That's an interesting strategy. I don't know that they actually disintegrate or go away completely here on SFO, so that might be a good use of their abilities. Let's see how much damage we get on the Warlord. Heroes of Kurnos away.
Sisters of Twilight!
Not much of the single entity, so we want to use it on what we were previously.
Bringing harmony. I'll enjoy this.
As you go for the Talon of Dusk. Beautiful ability. Let's switch back to the Talon of Dawn and go for dealing with that Warlock Master or the Engineer real quick, or their melee unit. Figure out what I'm trying to say eventually.
We stand ready.
My Plague Claws are finding targets. Nature, you and Arahan go deal with that for me real quick.
As you say.
Switch back to the multi-shot round. The Talon of Dusk as well, that way if anything does try to surround you, you can just deal with them real quick. There's another menace below summon there, interesting. Well then. Go ahead, advance, we'll stay in the trees like we're meant to. Let's get off the... Oh, the artillery managed to... They tried to run away. I'm not sure, let's get back up in the air then. Eagles, if you can, come in here and start dealing with these gland rats, that'd be awesome. I know you have the ability to hurt them. Stop our flyers from doing anything. Oh, somehow they managed to fire. Let's go ahead and get away there. No reason to take damage. Gonna have them circle. Alright, they've been netted in place, but that gets rid of the Plague Claw. Nothing really wants to fight them either, so... War is tragedy. We'll hunt down those Gutter Runner Slingers. I'm gonna have you give the Wyson's Wild Form to these Eagles. Beautiful. They've been netted in place. Not gonna work out for you guys as much as you think. Eagles are pretty strong. You fire here with that armor-piercing shot. Heals up here when we can. Charge spears in. Just have you fall back. Hawks are doing a the Eagles are doing a glorious job over here. Let's go for the Arrow of Kurnos on this unit of shielded clan rats. You don't need both Eternal Guard fighting the same unit there. You go save them. Get back up in the air. Swap to that multi-shot round. Here comes the lightning. Oh, our poor boys. Alright, Nature, you and Arahan have to go hunt down the Warlock Master there. He's the one unleashing that nonsense. Keep up the fire. You guys go ahead and land in here, do some damage. Pull them back into the trees. Or they actually get the heals when he does come drop them off. Nestor and Arahan getting rid of this master quickly now. Go ahead and give them another charge here. hawks back up in the sky. That way we don't, the eagles that is, we don't lose any of them. There goes the Warlock Master, but they've all been netted.
It is destined.
I think that'll save you.
Sisters of Twilight.
How naive. Get them back up in the air. Let's give. I know everyone. No one needs Weissens. Go over to heal this group.
Archers ready!
Hand of the forest.
Like I said, the Warlock Master's dangerous. We got
Dawn and dusk.
put you back into Talon of Dawn, or Dusk, that is, to annihilate this group. The Sisters are such a strong factor. They're so much fun. Wait till we have more bows under our control here. Here comes the Glade Guard that we hadn't got to show off. Firewall moving on these Keeblers is devastating. Especially firewall moving fire arrows and armor piercing at the same time. It's pretty scary. Where's our tree man at? There's Big Kev. Tree Singer of Isha. Stomp it on in. Glorious. We're gonna run down the rest of these rats here for the experience, and I'll catch you in a moment.
Harmony.
Alright, another clapping for the rats. Thank you, Kevin, for the reinforcements, and a little bit of heals there after the battle was over. Golden Sword goes this time to this unit of Hawk Riders. Well done. If you have any unit name suggestions for Lords, Heroes, or units, go ahead and leave those in the comments. I'll try to get them in as soon as I can. Let's SFO. We'll go ahead and if we sack the Hearthland, I don't know if we'll be able to move back in and claim it this turn. But this does give us more of Dave's favor for the next battle. Let's go ahead and occupy it now.
Mighty conquerors, mercy, yes, yes.
Now, no mercy. War Dancer Drummer. Sometimes even the Forest Chosen Warriors wish their approach to be signaled. It's psychology in action. This will give us more control and more melee attack from War Dancers and Blade Singers whenever we do eventually have them. Loyal Hound, tested, tried, and as much a killer as any bow-armed elf. Ranked up under ranked in. Also got an Outrider's handgun. The traditional weapon of the Empire Outriders unleashes a devastating armor-piercing volley, though the reloading leaves something to be desired. I mean, that'll work out beautifully whenever we have some heroes that actually have some missile fire. I'm going to keep the weapon we have on her right now. Oh, and Blade, missile, and weapon strength up by 5% each. Let's go ahead and grab the Inspiring Presence first, and then come over to the Reaching Tendrils. I know they can't be removed from the Heralds of Isha, but what does that do for us? Ah, extra recruit rank for all Spellweavers. That's a thing.
Awaiting bloodshed.
Twin defenders of the glades.
Outrider's handgun is not going to work for you at all. I'll go ahead and grab you, the War Dancer Drummer. That way we can have plenty of ancillaries for the Sisters. And for Deliana, we'll go ahead and have you have an upgrade to Weissen's Wild Form. Alright, so then the Sisters can go ahead and grab here at Hellspile. We can't grab the same units. Ooh, intriguing. Alright, well, let's just grab some Dryads then. We'll give these Dryads all over to Kevin eventually. But we'll just take some kind of... I'm going to use Dryads as mostly expendable units. We'll throw them in, and as they can die in droves, it doesn't really matter so much. They're pretty cheap. Yeah, they're way cheaper than the Eternal Guard. They'll be our full Agilants for this campaign. We need 2 to upgrade this one, give us even more growth and campaign movement range. This might be the best call. Reaming Ring. Missile strength we don't need just yet. Research rate would be very nice though, getting us up and running. Let's go ahead and grab the Eagle Mask. Let's get the research going.
The work of a true artisan.
Why do you favor my fool sister?
Because she's nice. For Pale Peak, we can go for Marble. What else do we have? The Waystone for more growth in all provinces, control, winds of magic and replenishment, and a bit of corruption reduction. Growth in adjacent provinces, more movement range. I'm sorry, 6 Glade Riders? Good grief. foraging groves will allow us to build the settlement the fastest. But the stonecutter gives us more gold, allows us to move further through here. So let's go ahead and grab the stonecutter here at Cryptdale. Azrai Lookout. Of course, we'll have Tree Seeker Kevin basically swap the units, so we'll give them the Glade Guard. And then we'll
Craving
give him all of the
prey.
Dryads because they'll be regenerative, which will be great. Let's see if we can do any trading just yet.
You need me?
You need me?
Lord of Athaloran.
Nope, no trading at the moment. We'll get there. Declaring war on some of their first enemies is probably not a bad call. How many of you have enemies? You're fighting Quenelle?
A traitor stands before me.
Excuse me.
Speak, traitor.
Excuse me. That's not how you talk to the Heralds of Ariel. I'll join you in your war with Quenelle and you give me no money. Fair enough. He's very confident in his ability to win that fight. Let's head back to the capital and we'll end the turn. Okay, now we have options. There are guaranteed Skaven up here in the Monolith. Oh, actually, hang on. Yeah, they're definitely Monolith. They're Skaven here in the Monolith. They could be over here in just the Monolith of Urlock. We'll find out quite soon. Attacking this settlement is going to put us on the border. What do you want, Gray? Sit here for now. Come here. There are no cats with the Wood Elves. You're very lucky. Complain all you want. Sit down and quit being annoying. We're going to have the sisters. We can move on the Monolith. That's perfect.
Tempestuous Arahan.
Great. We'll have them move on up to said Monolith. Gets ambushed.
We fight for the forest.
Nothing there but a few Clan Crooktail cronies. We'll have the Tree Singer coming up and trade those units we'd like to. Horses Karasan. Interesting that you're using your initial Famir as a scout when I can probably assassinate him here pretty easily. Swap those over and we'll have the sisters deal with the Monolith. First few battles are going to be so much fun. 3 artillery pieces, but what is that against Twilight? Alright, rats sally on out to fight on the field, it says. We'll start deployment. Let's go ahead and swap this up ever so slightly, where we have
Your command? Armed and ready.
spears off on the sides, Blade Guard in the center. I like this. We'll have you both ready to blast away with your
Dawn and death.
arrows of Kurnos. We can keep them over here in the woods, that way they're getting immediately torn out by the artillery. Dawn and dusk indeed. Let's just put you two in guard mode. We can do the same thing with the Glade Guard. And let it begin.
The season of war.
We'll have you both fire your volley of Kurnos on the artillery. Let's see how much damage we can get.
Harmony warfare.
I mean, it almost took them out immediately.
Nestra and
Just fire on the Warlord. We'll have the Eagles go finish off whatever's left, and we'll just bombard these poor rats as they come through. Yeah, you guys come on out of the woods then. Emerge as the specters of death that you are. The Eagles are having a feast.
Not my Frankfurt.
I mean, you do what you want. You're not making it out of here. Where'd their chieftain go? Oh, he's going after the Eagles. No, I think not.
hand of the forest.
Some of you both fire on the same unit with those multi-shot arrows. Doing pretty good work. Come on out of the forest completely here. It's softened up. Nestra, you and the Eagles go ahead and finish them off. Wild form and all of the Eagles and the King descend. He goes for a single swing with his, I don't know if it's a scimitar or a, yeah, it's more of a scimitar than a Cataph. That's a chieftain defeated. Let's pull up alongside them so we're not getting shot at as much by our own archers. You guys gotta fall back. Spears advance through on both sides there. As soon as they do impact our line, we'll have the Hawks run them down. rocks crash in here, and on this side, you guys all fire on the middle. Middle unit, otherwise you're gonna hurt the friendlies. There it is. Skaven handled. We do have much more scary rivals on the horizon with the Ice Fang tribe. We'll hunt down as many of these guys as we can and catch you in a moment. Alright, the decisive victory, we lost 3. That had to be friendly fire. No way they managed to take out any of ours. We can go ahead and raise the monolith robot here. It didn't just be immediately reclaimed by the forces of evil. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and sack it with the sisters. And then have Tree Singer Kevin come in and claim the settlement. There it is. And we'll go ahead and put up whatever we can here to just maximize the defense of the settlement. Wildwood Rangers here, Dryads, Sisters of the Thorn are pretty dangerous. Just a whole bunch of riders. What is the most dangerous thing here? 2 Way Watchers? I think the World Group Pathway is going to be the most dangerous. Blade Guarded Way Watchers are incredible, or at least the Way Watchers and the Wildwood Rangers are. Or pair this on up. Give Tree Singer Kevin more Dryads. Said the sisters will be taking attrition. Just because we're in Chaos Realm? Frozen. Huh.
Ariel's will triumphs once more.
We're taking attrition the entire way through here, aren't we? Okay, well, let's have the sisters then. March stance would get us caught by the Skaven, I think. There's no... Oh, we can't go into March anyway. Alright, we'll do is we'll drop into Masterful Ambush. We'll let Kevin continue to stack up heaps and heaps of Dryads, because they're cheap. Now, the Dryads were allowed to recruit. If we wanted to upgrade the force size, we need 9,200. Okay, it's time to start saving some gold while cracking some skulls. Here at the Forge of Daith. We can grab the Dreaming Cloak to drop upkeep for armies and then get us another summon, which I think is a really good call, so we'll go ahead and confirm.
You are too kind, Lord Dave.
What about me?
And then we'll give them that Dreaming Cloak. Less upkeep for everyone in our army, we'll have a summon too. Awesome. Not bad at all. Now it's just time to do a little bit of saving.
Glory of battle. My blade is sharp.
My spirit is strong.
Glorious. Let's go try out both of them on the Skaven.
Tempestuous Arahan.
Oh, the World Roots actually does hurt our melee defense, really.
A season of peace.
A season of waste.
Overzealous attack. I don't want to take any more attrition here. And the Skaven could be coming after the Forest of Sighs or Cryptail Peak through the other way.
Rest, if you must.
If you must. No, please do some resting. I shall lead your armies, what he said. Go ahead and have him also come on up into camp stance. In friendly territory? Yeah, we are, so there's no use to do any raiding. We're not gaining that much gold from the realm, but it is a little bit. Also starting to heal up this forest, which is lovely. As we do heal it up more and more, we'll gain more relations with Warriors of Chaos and research rate. One more turn on Morai Hag the Crone, which will drop upkeep as long as we're in friendly territory. Any trade to go yet? No, not yet. And that is fine.
I am content.
I am bored.
I am bored. Let's do one more. Well, I actually want to save my Glade Guards, so I'm not going to spend any gold unnecessarily. I might just grab a couple more Dryads. So 6 Dryads, and that'll be good for now. Alright. Morai Hag the Crone has been researched and drops our upkeep by 10% in friendly territory, which is quite nice. The Skaven did not attack, and Dreadnought Johnson. Pretty sure this is the legendary Lord. You don't have a very strong army, he must have already lost it. The Overhaul is not an easy campaign by any means, especially with all of the...
With grace.
How he created it was with no concern to actual gameplay. You try to make it as close to lore as possible, which is fantastic for flavor, but not so
Spreading
much
harmony.
for gameplay if your AI is trying to work their way through. Still, I think it's quite fun. So. They can't handle it, that's their fault, not mine.
It will be a glorious battle.
It will. It looks like Clan Cryptail has given up. This first episode here for the premiere of this series is going to be a little bit longer. Race Singer Kevin, we'll go ahead and have you Forest Balls back. Let's see if we can do the same for the sisters.
It will bring harmony.
Overzealous Attack. 25 additional reloads. Is this for all of our armies? For all of our units in the entire
A
army?
regrettable necessity.
If so, that's incredible.
They will not.
We do need to start building up our magic here somehow. It's for everyone. I'm sorry, what's the reload right now on them? 8 seconds? Just kill them before they notice anything. Fair enough. Clan Cryptail, prepare to die. Alright, so start deployment in as we already are. I'll just bring these troops on over to the high ground here. Or no, we'll stay in the forest. That's where we are going to be doing our most damage. Or at least mitigating the most for the Skaven. For these guys all the way over here. Scissors up front.
Sisters of Twilight.
These major in a good spot. Eagles also for just hunting down the remainder of whatever is left from the Plague Claw catapults. Let it begin. Arrow of Kurnos, do your thing. Eagles. You as well.
Fight as one.
Hunt down that warlord for me.
Understood. Weapons ready.
We didn't actually get that much damage against these. They did a good job of dodging.
Sister, I approve.
Summon in the Glade Guard here. Have them turn and immediately start firing on this lord. Eagles should stop them from doing anything mean.
Sisters of Twilight. If I must.
Dodge that if you can there, boys. A little bit of ward save is nice, but getting hit by that is not. Fall back. Everyone else come on out of the woods to say hello. As soon as they turn around, our Blade Guard can do work. Yoink, they're gonna start firing.
Dawn and dusk.
Eagles come on away from there. Blade Guard starts firing. Let's go ahead and have you two land amongst the Skaven slaves and just butcher them. Stop those Clan Rat Spears for a moment.
Hand of the
Three falls, but I told you ladies to go after the Warlord. Pop your armor. Alright, pull them on out. Let the Glade Guard do their thing. These poor unfortunate Skaven slaves.
Sisters of Twilight.
Running and
Seize
surrounding
the
us with
position.
some more spearmen. Fair strategy. Swapped armor piercing mode and have them all fire on Toxer. Summon a Glade Guard doing it very well for themselves. Eagles land in here. 7 more seconds before we go for any more abilities. Run them down. Sisters, let's go hunt down Toxer.
Kill them.
Don't want to lose any of our Hawk Riders if we can help it. Dodge the blow by a hair's breadth. All missiles fire on that group. Down and out.
For Athel Lauren.
Athaloran.
Fear the deep.
Athaloran indeed. Dryads. So I'm gonna go ahead and just group them
It is
and lock. Charge forward. I'm gonna run down the rest of these poor rats with the help of all of our Dryads. Actually, show off the Dryads. We may not even get to see them fight soon. 3 people. Heaven's Flock. They're regenerative good Dryads. They actually should have tons of fire weakness now. Yes, 65%. We run into flaming attacks of any kind, these Dryads are going to go away. But like I said, I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, decisive victory with 0 loss that time. That's what we like to see. Stacking this one would be not worse. Only 155 though. We'll go ahead and occupy the Heartland.
Lauren makes claim.
Athelloran lays claim. We gain a Trickster Shard and a Hunting Hound. And Crooktail bites the dust, they are no more. And now we just have to deal with the rest of the Norskins off to this side here. And prepare for the inevitable invasions coming down through the pass of the West Hellspire Mountains. Same thing with the Ice Fang tribe, and I'm hoping that you have a defeat trait that gives us immunity to ice attrition or snow attrition. You will see your flows, I guess frozen climate attrition is actually what it is going to be called. Alright, we save for the glade here.
Itching for fresh battle.
For fresh battle.
Nestra.
More
Arahan.
movement. Wildheart gives us more power recharge and more damage as long as we're casting. Flock of Doom's pretty dang great. Go ahead and grab a Flock of Doom and we'll cycle back over to grabbing the passive. So for Tree Singer Kevin, we can go ahead and specialize you. Indomitable. More mass, melee defense, and physical resistance. Or we can work on the healing skills. Let's go first for movement range. Or, I'm sorry, Inspiring Presence, then movement range, then we'll start working our way down the spell tree. Let's go Trickster Short here into the Outrider's handgun. You don't have a gun. Sadly. None of our tree people have been outfitted with rifles. And the only reason we don't necessarily need to push into the mountains down here is because they don't have any of the woodland areas. So over here after the Hellspire camp, we need to clear Hellspire and East Flare Lodge, and that's it. And then we wait. Have you drop into a camp stand so we're not taking any damage, and I'll go ahead and do no more recruiting. Stick with what we have for now. I'm also going to go ahead and wait on the Forge of Daith, too. What is the Dragon Spear? Is just damage for yourself. Yeah, we want the Twilight Spear because of missile strength for the whole army, melee attack for the whole army, and weapon strength for them. Pretty fantastic. We also have Daith's Blessings. 25 additional research rate. Flaming attacks for all elves. Ooh. We're not going to have any siege battles for some time, but 25 additional research rate's great. As for our next technology, we go for Ilanil, Lord of Destruction, or Vol the Maker. Down to Anathrema, the Savage Huntress. Bonus versus large for all of our Elf Cavalry, Hawk Rider, and Great Eagle units. This is pretty necessary. Off the bat here, though, let's go up through Vol into Ladriel, and the Ruiner of the World. We'll come down to Ilanil into Anathrema. Bit of a balanced approach. This one's also on the outskirts. We're gonna want something a little bit hefty. So probably the World Route pathway here too. Growth for adjacent provinces, upkeep reduction, recruitment cost reduction, and global reduction as well. It also has the pretty nasty garrison. Will increase your growth so slowly. You don't need it for the main buildings. I always forget. They're just expensive.
Awaiting bloodshed.
Alright, well, that will be our turn. Onward to the 3 or 4 minute wait. Yeah. Alright, Summer Solstice. Adonok leads all the Eternal Realms in the celebration of Summer's Advent. Okay. It's summertime and the Forest of Size has extra population. Guess now we just move on the Hellspire camp. If we can raid our way in there, that would be just
When
perfect.
do we fight?
Only when necessary. You can make it also to the Forest of Size and do some more recruiting
So be
of
it.
the Starfire Shaft. That'd be also pretty great. Sweet. Amerhorn, the Bloody Hound. Don't think the Hellspire tribe has any kind of regiment, or not regiment around, but any kind of legendary leaders, thankfully. Can raid all the way over here in, as long as he's next to the Sisters of Twilight, that's all I care about. And taking this attrition is rough. So if you were to come over here to attack, would the Sisters join?
Itching for
Looks like
fresh
not.
battle.
Okay, so it's all the way up to the border.
With grace.
There. And then we'll have them grab the Starfire Shaft. I only really want the one unit of them for now. I really want to be able to upgrade the Glade soon. Alright, let's see what we can do in terms of trading. Still nothing. Thousands at war with Quinnell, trading with Thorgavon.
You need me?
The rest of the Wood Elf tribes aren't at war with anyone else. There. Well, we could probably start making deals with the Cult of Ulrich here. They don't like that, or they love that we're trespassing on the Hellspire tribe. We're soon to be popping them aggressively. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab a unit of Hagbane tips as well. Well, they don't have magical attacks anymore. I would probably change... well, no, I would just change it so both of them have magical attacks. Hagbane tips need... it's Hagbane. It's supposed to be anti-magic. Alright, now that we do diplomacy, so we will pass the turn once more.
I crave battle.
Spirits, beasts, and animals of the forest are at the height of their power. So we have extra income from all of our buildings, global recruitment capacity, local recruitment capacity, and then the Midsummer Sacrifice. What is that? Oh, these are the different rites for the different seasons. Cool. Right, turn is again ours. We've got Shittering in the Deep. The verminous horde of Skaven is starting emerging from the ground at the edge of the forest. Their specific purpose is unclear, but their squalid parasitic ways are more than just an affront to the weave. Skittering rat men and the twisted creature of their foul ranks are abominations of nature and represent everything you stand against. More of them are still emerging, but by preemptively attacking, you can prevent them from reaching full strength. You fall off the... well, why? You good? I don't know what's going on with these cats. They fell off the tower. I'm assuming there was an argument going on, and that didn't end well. Sorry, so where are the rat men coming from? Oh, right next to us. Hey, that works out. Let's go ahead and have you swap back into... it does take some of our movement to deal with that. Here's what we'll do. Hellspire Camp's a full-on camp.
Northland come.
It's going to be how many turns? 3? What we'll do is we'll go take down the Hellspire Camp before they can build up too much more, and then we'll turn back around and go after the Skaven here. Olaf stands no chance against forest size, so... keep in normal stance. Treesinger Kevin, you can be in the forest calls.
Awaiting duty.
A timely arrival.
Not at war with anyone. Well, you are
The
now.
Sisters of Twilight.
Get them, ladies. Declare war on the Hellspire tribe.
Impossible.
Horn will reap your skulls. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, you're bringing forth some troops. We'll go ahead and circle. We'll bring our dryads, and that'll be the end of your life.
I'm on this enchant.
Right, we'll move them in so that they approach from behind. Or the side. Oh, the game's not liking this at all.
Action.
Let's do it. Pyrrhic victory, you say? I think not. Cammerhorn, prepare to be eviscerated. Let's quickly do the quick save thing first and crash in. We don't have very much winds of magic. We've got to do something to start reversing that here. Alright, this being a Norscan minor settlement, or even one of their major settlements, means they are even more doomed than they would have been. Okay, let's find the flattest area of the map to fire on. And it looks like there's 2 capture points right here, so that's going to be quick and easy for us. Let's do that over here then. And the trees can attack from the other side. Delayed guard. Ready and able. Go ahead and have you guys come on over to this side. Just barely reach over, but that should be more than enough. Hawk Riders, Nestra and Arahan, Beast Mage, and our spears, which aren't going to get that much use this battle. Glorious. I don't think the Glade Guard actually look any different depending on the arrows they have. It'd be cool. Yeah, it's red. Fletching. Do you have different color fletching? Maybe red fletching for the Starfire shafts and green for your Hagbane tips. Just a wee little bit of change. If I must. Let's go guard mode for all of the major frontline archers. Install the battle. Oh, really? Go knock over this piercing tower. I don't feel like dealing with that for very long.
Deepwood archers. Awaiting orders.
Indeed.
Cavalry.
Let's go Arrow of Kurnos towards these Hunter Javelins, and you do the same towards these Hunter Javelins.
Yes.
Tear that down quite quickly. You lot come around.
All done ready.
Come up alongside the Deepwood Scouts here.
Ever ready.
Ever ready. No artillery is real not good for you guys. Come away from those javelins. That return fire is going to be nasty.
Now. For Apple Lauren. Swiftly.
Alright, that tower is down. Perfect. So the Twilight Sisters, we're going to go ahead and send you up and around now. Land on these javelins. Let's have them focus down their missile troops. And once they're gone, they don't really have any way to deal with us. Hold in for a moment. Keep cutting down these javelins. Perfect. Alright, they're going round wide, so let's bring you then. Fire on those horsemen. In fact, we'll just bring you both around this way. Move with them, you this way, Beast Mage, come on up. Alright, sisters, they're just going to sit over here. Eagles are a little bit closer than I'd like, or the Hawks. You guys keep firing here. Let's bring the Hawk Riders up on top of the platform. That way they actually have height advantage. And in come the Dryads. Spears you hold here. That bleed effect together should be more than enough. Step backwards a little bit here. You guys keep blasting apart these Hunter Javelins. How long do we have before Holy of Kurnos? Quite soon. Dryads are just going to charge it in one big blob. Beastmaster charging through there. Let's go ahead and have you guys just smash into these spears. Get rid of them a little bit faster and keep our Hawks taking a little bit more damage. Go for Talon of Dawn there. Wonder where those Marauder horsemen went. There they are. We found you. Move the Blade Guard up. You two fly on forward a little ways. Alright, Arrows of Kurnos. Let's go after these Marauders in the top position here, see if we can actually hit them. Not bad at all. And blasted their line apart. Alright, ladies, let's go after the Marauder Horsemen on this side. Drop in the Guard here. Turn fire on these Marauder Spearmen. But these Guard went the other way. Entirely. Yeah, that works. Come on up and around. We can bring both the Guard up into the settlement itself. land on this group. These guard are broken. Let's go. Arrow of Kurnos. Oh, they already landed. We gotta wait. Gotta wait. Alright, they're actually doing a really good job of staying away from them, so let's move in. Fire on those javelins, you fire on this group. We'll send the spears up to stand in the way. There we go. We can do throw damage here. In charge of the Dryads. Hawk, you can go help. You boys don't. You just come on up and around. Let's go ahead and move in. We'll drop the heals here. Somebody needed a Glade Guard. We'll use them to kind of pull the enemy back. Everyone with a bow. Let's go ahead and deal with these horsemen. Got a guard bow too. Sisters back up in the air for me. Alright, well let's move up and capture the zone here. Hawk Riders and proper Eagles. We'll go after these javelins. Move yourself around, we'll go for some Awakening of the Wood in... That's a big blob of marauders that need seeing to. Surprise trees. You'd think axes would be pretty effective against Dryads, but not today. They're all in one big blob, which is not the most effective we could be using. Effective way we could be using them. Eagles, you come through. These Glade Guard got caught. They are... Ooh, sisters.
Seizing the position!
Missiles ready! Ready and waiting!
Must flee!
Yeah, unfortunately. Took a little bit more damage than I would have liked.
Cavalry!
Alright, Hawk Riders, you come in. We'll need you soon. Drop heals here. Dryads, go ahead and move in and try to save our Spell Singer. In fact, let's go ahead and kill the Dryads group block and then charge them forward. That's that. Sisters, come on back in.
Harmony! Hunting my foes!
Yeah, unfortunately, we're getting flanked there.
Blade Guard!
You guys go ahead and charge these Marauder Spearmen. You guys
Now!
keep firing here.
Peace!
Need the sisters to sit behind
Guided by the weed!
Straight away!
and blast away with their arrows for now.
Orders!
Hawk Riders get back up in the air. Great Eagles, let's go help out with this side.
Forever loyal! With haste!
Forever loyal.
Forever Lauren!
The forest speaks!
Yeah, and then after that unit, we'll send you two around the outskirts. The Dryads have to break through this front line here.
Attack!
Which, I mean, they're doing fine, especially if we do one of these. Awaken the trees. And blends that back line. Hawk Riders doing fine. Use that ward save to their advantage.
Riders of Athel Lauren! At once!
Like crashing on these Marauders. Let's have these Hawk Riders do the same here. Just push through.
Glade Guard!
Lane Guard are pretty decent in melee, but we prefer not to leave them in very long. Oh, these riders got obliterated. Good grief. Get them up and away. Is that just the nonsense that you get with your horsemen? I think so. Sometimes Marauder horsemen can either go from being a pretty meh unit to an incredibly dangerous one. Let's get up the hill here. They've got all of their Marauder horsemen on one side, just trying to deal as much damage as they can because they've lost the battle and they know it. Nation Airhand, get over here. We gotta save our Spell Singer. Heals up top there. I'll let the Dryads finish them. Scout's gonna keep moving. We did lose quite a few of those Hawks there. Switch you guys back to armor piercing shot and see if we can tail many of the horsemen we get with the arrow of Kurnos there. Our fire shafts here. You guys go after this unit. That's actually not bad at all. Eagles, we need you now more than ever.
Sisters of Twilight! Sister! Kill them!
Kill them all.
Eta Abyss.
You Hawk Riders, you're just gonna stay away from the fight. Triads, how you guys doing? We've got them trapped. They're going nowhere.
To the fray! Swift!
Pull back from not getting hit with those javelins. Let our Starfire shafts and everyone finish them off. Back to multi-arrow shot.
With haste! Yes! Ranged weapon!
Let's finish those javelins.
Mage!
Hellslinger's not having the best time. How long do we have more heals? Quite some time.
Deepward archers!
The archers come through, you crash into the back of these horsemen. Alright, that's one of the lords running.
For Eldrazi!
Not sure why we've forgotten that these are the dangerous units, these horsemen. There it is. Beautiful. Norskins did some damage to us, but fail in the end. We definitely need to get Nastra in our hands and heals. So I'm gonna actually sit here and do some running down, and I'll let
Of the forest!
let's use the rest of our winds of magic here. Alright, doesn't mean no matter how many you bring, they will fall under a steel hail of arrow fire. Would have been a little bit better for us if we let the Dryads swarm through there and go after those Marauders, get them tied up first, but I still didn't lose that many, all things considered. That is their major force dealt with. We will go ahead and just occupy the Hearthland.
Join the weed!
They shall join the we.
The Sisters of
Here at the
Twilight!
Hellspire camp. Foraging Groves, what I really want to go for. Construction cost reduction, and then income from all buildings in this province. We would not be making that much, so 25% more from this 550. Waystones will help out with our Winds of Magic, but only in this specific province. Okay. So I'm gonna probably just go for maximum growth then. We'll go for the Foraging Groves over here. So that it's Modlist of Striker and then the Beast Flare Ledge. We'll go for the Beast Flare Lodge first, and then we may even just split up and have Kevin go after the Monolith. Or I spend gold on more units. I'm sorry, is it 10,000? It did always used to be 10,000? It's more expensive now than it was previously.
So bored!
So impatient. Ambush success chance. Post-battle loot is the way. 20% more post-battle loot. Wonders of the forest indeed.
Itching for fresh battle!
Let's go for the Wild Heart here, then we'll start upgrading our Block of Doom. Ever-reaching tendrils for you there, Kevin. Glorious. Nothing but Dryads, but that's a pretty dangerous army when they regenerate. Right, do we do any more recruiting? No. Well, for now, things go well. Let's see if there's any kind of trade. Finally, trade with Orion. Quit calling me a traitor if you don't want to be chucked out the
Lord
nearest
of
airlock.
Athelloren, you have been granted access to the halls of Athelloren.
How glorious.
Of course.
Of course. All I need is your cash.
Lord of the Glade.
Val's Anvil. A secluded forge. Missile strength plus 3% for all elf armies. How much do we need to upgrade the Yoke of Ages again? A goofy amount, 20,000. It's gonna be some time. So we'll want to focus on the Forest of Sighs first. Here in the Forge of Daith. Dreaming Boots is even more movement and growth. I think that'll be what we go for. Yoink, upgrade those Dreaming Boots.
It is all I have longed for.
She won't.
What did Arahan say?
Awaiting bloodshed.
The refined one, though. 20% more movement for armies. Hopefully this is all armies. Army's base campaign movement can be increased with no limits, unlike your replenishment.
She is dawn and I am dusk. Either can unmake you in an instant.
Oh, is it time, Drenok Johansson? The gods demand war. So be it. Bring yourself. Right, Oluf is going to try to make a kind of a desperate attack on... Oh, look at you. Marauder Pathfinder. He's got a javelin. All right, fair.
Craving prey.
Won't save you, but there. Yeah, so now it's time we'll go ahead and split up. We'll send the Tree Singer Kevin with the Forest Call stance to go obliterate the Monolith Striker. Easy. And the sisters can come in down here after the other. So Pyrrhic Victory, we'll probably going to have to fight that one just so we don't take as many casualties. And then the sisters can come down here after the Beast Flayer Lodge.
They will know.
And that's the
order.
Hellspire tribe. Should be in one fell swoop. Okay, so this one we'll give to the auto resolve.
Harmony shall reign.
We'll lose more than I kind of thought we would. We'll go ahead and occupy the Heartland. That is all of this area fixed on up. An additional use for our Forge of Daith here. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Forest of Size to a Glade. We'll be making use of any more gold, but it's control, defensive supply is growth, corruption drop, and then more construction to slots too. Declared on us, but he just stayed here, which means we can come back after dealing with the Hellspire tribe to go hunt. Oh, I forgot completely about the Skaven. Oh man. 2 turns before they show up.
The sisters.
We should be able to make it no problem. Alright, we'll have one more battle here for this episode. The Hellspire tribe versus Kevin and all of his trees. To the field. It's giving us a Pyrrhic victory, huh? Let's see if we can make it a little bit better. So we'll do 2 Dryads for our center line. 2 more further out. We'll make this a proper swarm style attack here. Just do the same thing over here. You leading the way. Let it begin. Trees versus Norskins. If you're gonna hide in the woods, I think that's gonna go our way too, so good luck. Vengeance will be meted out for chopping down the trees here without permission. We shall take the left leg of every Norskin. You're generous. We won't take all of your body, just your left leg. Alright, you go ahead and charge into these marauders. Looks like they aren't going to win that fight, but they regenerate, so not as concerned as could be. Can we move? Very proud of their high ground there. What do marauders really have going on? Just extra resistance for missiles when out of melee, and then they'll gain some resistances while in melee. Oh, there's nowhere to run. I assure you, even if there was, you wouldn't make it. Go ahead and give the heals to this group. Get in there, Dryads. Just trying to destroy here. You come through after these hunters, and now we'll just watch the battle. Well, let's cast some spells too, but you gotta wait there. Oh, the marauders are trying to run. There's no escape. There is only the void. So we probably have enough mana to cast some more Awakening of the Wood here, so we'll just break these marauders. Allow our Dryads to focus on the Lord instead. In fact, we'll have you turn back around. Those marauders are doomed. There's some hateful trees. And they heal. We're in the forest now. Ginger's time to die. And it's the Lord versus a tree. You just get stomped on. You're only alive because this is a video game. Otherwise, it would be a squish, and that would be that. That looks like you and the Dryads can run them down. Those Marauders are doomed. We'll set the Dryads to hunting them. You should always watch your back. Since we're not playing as Durthu or Drytru, though, we don't get to upgrade our Dryads further, which is a little bit sad. It would be cool if your Dryads or Treekin, as long as they were in an army led by a Treeman, you could use the same upgrades that you can do with some of the others. I'm so surprised these Javelins are still fighting. So a little bit more heals here. Not that they really need it. Surround and destroy the last of them, they break, and that ensures their slaughter. Hope we're gonna water the grounds of their roots with their blood. I'm not gonna go ahead and run them down though. We've got that victory. Alright, like that should be the end of the Hellspire tribe outside of that one army that's a little ways away. We'll go ahead and grab this as a seedling as well. You don't gain that much from sacking in the early game. We will later on. Another Royal Standard Bearer. We don't have the quite have the cash for either of these, but the Forest of Sighs looks like it is all back and repaired. We just need to get a weight at this point, so we're getting 4 a turn. It has to get up to what, 80? Ooh, gonna be quite some time, so we'll have to set up probably Kevin here for defense while the sisters go ahead and find yet another. There's 2 more settlements, really. Thankfully, these are pretty easy for us to defend too, so we get to the Claw Mountain. Death Rock, we can make the better defensive one, and then it's going to be hard for anyone to really make it in. Bagayar's Fortress. Alright, glorious. Well, that is going to be all the time I have got for today. Thank you all for stopping by the very first episode in our Sisters of Twilight campaign. If you will enjoy the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Subthrone, and I'll see you all in the next one.